Hey, what's up? It's Sherman here from Geek Psychology. This video is a response to a question I got from an INFP asking how does one become unstoppable? And so I have some opinions and some input on that. And when I was thinking about it, like the thing is, I kept getting pulled back to the metaphor of being unstoppable. What is it to be unstoppable, and what are your goals if you are unstoppable? And I just kept going back to like the juggernaut, running straight forward in a line, full suit of armor, just this big, massive, hulking dude. If that is your goal, then you're going to see obstacles, see walls. I'm going back to walls again. You're going to see walls as something that you need to break through. You don't want to go around them. You don't want to go under or jump over them like a bunch of hurdles and, having to deal with all these other issues. You just want to go straight forward to whatever your endpoint goal is. And if that's the case, then, you're going to need conviction. You're going to have to be very sure that this is the direction I want to go, and you set your dials and your GPS and you just go straight. You're probably not going to be turning right, turning left, and all this other stuff, getting input from other people. No, you're just going to make a decision and go for it, right? And that's not something that's easy for INFPs. And I'll talk a little bit about how to do that later on in the video. But so you're going to want to have that conviction, that determination to go straight forward towards your goal, and the focus to do it too, and to not waver even though you can't see what's on the other side of those walls. I assume you're not just running, being unstoppable and running through a field with nothing in it, right? Because that doesn't really make sense. Like there would be nothing to stop you. Are people holding you back? Because that's something you got to look at too. If you're crashing into walls, trying to become unstoppable, breaking through things, going straight forward, you're going to need some kind of tough skin. And you're going to need, or some sort of armor or something like that. And that's going to give you the ability to withstand the forces that you're running up against. And you're going to have to be this solid person. I'll talk about that in a second too. Okay, I'm just kind of putting all the pieces in here so that we can figure it out and we can talk a little bit about it. You're also going to have to understand, why are you doing that? Why are you going straight forward? Why is that your goal? Why is it bad to go in other directions or to stop? Sometimes stopping can be a good thing, right? So if you want to be unstoppable, you need to really understand like why that's a good thing for you. And I think I understand. I'm just kind of playing devil's advocate, right? And bringing out some ideas before talking about how to do it. If you're not adjusting to other people's goals and you are unstoppable, you're unwavering, you also got to think about, like, it's kind of like running into a brick wall, possibly, if you think of that as something that a lot of people don't want to do, right? Like every time they have a problem, like, I just keep running into this brick wall, keep bashing my head against the wall, and I'm not getting anywhere. And yeah, that doesn't sound like a good thing, right? It could be like you're in this pit of despair or whatever it is, and you're just sick of running around in circles and you'd rather go straight forward. But if you're in a pit, then you're not getting anywhere. This is me trying to run my head into the wall. Like, sometimes you do have to go up and over, and sometimes you need the support of other people to get pulled out of that or boosted out of that. And so I'm going to talk about those three main points right now. The conviction, going straight towards your goal, the ability to withstand the damage that you would take, and is it really the right choice? Okay, so those 3 points. First of all, if you are wanting to have that conviction, go straight forward, then you're going to want probably control of your life. That's the desire, right? You want to be in control of where you're going so that other people, other things cannot stop you. So if you're doing that, in my opinion, based on my personal experience, is that you need to really understand your cognitive function stack and understand how extroverted thinking can be good. This is the INFP's inferior function, aspirational function, anti-hero, as I like to call it within the RPG model. And it's a struggle. It's not an easy thing to get control over, but basically extroverted thinking is using your head, using logic, to set up goals and measurements and keep track of these things that are going to help you continue on your mission, going in the direction that you want to go, and check to make sure that you're actually making progress within them. I know it's a super simple, cut down explanation of it, but that's what that is. And so if that's what you want, you need to study about productivity. And I mean, I'm still studying about it, of course. And you need to, I keep saying you, but you know, I do mean all of us. You need to really read about productivity and put in these little steps and these little tweaks in your life so that you don't falter, so that you can control what you're trying to do. Like if you want to write for an hour a day or something like that, then you need to set up the steps and the key components within the system so that you don't falter from that. So you need to have a routine of like, I'm going to wake up, I'm going to sit down in front of the computer for an hour before I even check any of my email or do any of that stuff that we all, you know, fall into the bad habits of, and just do it. It doesn't matter how you feel about it. Honestly, fuck your feelings for once in a while. Like, I know we make decisions based on how we've organized our beliefs and feelings and things like that. But, you know, sometimes you just gotta stop. And you just gotta be like, I don't care about that. I'm just going to do this because this makes the most sense. It's the most, logical. You know, it's the right thing to do. Going from there, so this is going to give you control of your life, and hopefully your introverted feeling is going to give you the direction that you should be going internally in this kind of like moral compass type style, because really like your introverted feeling is probably going to be, if it's your dominant function, it's probably going to be developed enough that you're not going to screw people over too much or anything like that, because you put yourself in their shoes and you know how, well, I mean, maybe you don't know firsthand, but you can assume or guess how bad it would suck to be on the receiving end of. Wow. So yeah, make sure that you set up the routines and the way to get to where you want to go. And that will give you control of your life. And going from there, you're going to need to be strong, right? We talked about needing to break through things is going to require some sort of strength, some sort of tough skin, armor, something like that. And tough skin is kind of a difficult thing. Like, I spent a lot of my life trying to not feel and not express them to anybody else. And I don't know if I would say I had tough skin, right? It was just, I was sheltered. I was protecting myself. And I didn't want to, you know, expose that raw nerve, I think that Personality Hacker said. That's something you don't really want people to have access to. But really, you're going to get a lot more experience and understanding about how people work if you open up a little bit for them. Stop just trying to always protect yourself from damage. And so what you can do through that is just to really understand like the benefits of your personality type. Introverted feeling plus extroverted intuition in general, just those two. For us INFPs, that is our superpower. And it's the ability to see and sense deeply into somebody, really understand their identity, where they're coming from, how they could feel in a situation by imagining all these different possibilities and tapping deep into our own personal experiences. And if you don't have experience because you've protected yourself for too long, then your judgments, your ability to assess people is going to be kind of crappy, right? So in order to really build up that tougher skin, clear the way, and become unstoppable, I do think you need to take some hits. It's like punching a tree over and over again. It's gonna suck for a long time, but eventually, I'm assuming, I haven't actually punched a tree too many times in my life, but you're going to build up that callus or whatever, and you're going to be able to withstand that. But if you're just always like looking at it from a distance and trying to protect yourself, then you're not going to be able to withstand what you need in order to get towards your goal. Does that make sense? I was talking about, you might be in this pit, right? And running around in circles type thing. You need other people. This is one of my biggest insights over the past, 10 years of my life, is that you can't do it all yourself. And it sucks. I know it does. It does. It sucks so bad because you want to do everything yourself. But really, you're going to get so much further and have just a more beautiful life if you let other people in, or if you allow them to pull you up and to help you get out of some of your problems and issues and things like that. So the biggest thing is you really need to think of who is counting on you. Because it's not all about you. And I know there's that general idea that introverted feelers are all about themselves and very selfish, and in many ways we can be. And when I personally changed my mindset from considering myself to be a rogue to being a healer, everything opened up, and I started trying to see how I can serve other people. And that is way better. Yes, sometimes you do get hurt, sometimes bad things happen, but it's way better than just playing in the shadows forever and waiting for the perfect opportunity to strike. Because that's not good. You're missing out on so many opportunities, and you're not creating opportunities, and you're not putting yourself and other people in a position that they can eventually support you as well. By you helping them, you are helping out the world, and eventually that is going to come back to you. As an INFP, you probably believe in karma. Just make sure that you use it. Don't try to just protect yourself all the time. Make sure that you're helping other people, and you just realize that this whole thing is way bigger than you. It's way bigger than me. It's not just one person, it's everybody. And as an INFP, you have that ability to really, like I said before, deep dive into somebody's soul and really understand where they're coming from. And if you just spend all your time not trying to help other people and just protecting yourself, then you're going to struggle. You're not going to be able to help them express themselves and share their gifts in so many better ways as well. One more little question, I guess, that you can ask yourself is, where will I be in 20 years if I don't make a change? And if you want to shorten it, 5 years, 10 years, that's fine too. But think about it. If you're doing the same thing in 20 years that you're doing right now, is that a good thing? If you're running in the same direction for 20 years, do you think you're going to be making as much progress as you could? Maybe you need to think about who you're clearing that pathway for. Because if you're going straight forward, you're opening up all these holes, and other people can follow your lead. You can be the leader. You can be in charge. You can, they got your back. You're in front of them, right? You're leading the way. So I think those three key things, let me rephrase them a little bit right now. Number one, in order to get control of your life, you need to probably study productivity and find ways to just make decisions and set things up so that they're inevitable and that you will succeed in whatever way you're trying to succeed. And follow your heart for that, but really study the logical principles on how to succeed and how to make progress. And number two, stop just protecting yourself all the time. Your gifts of FI and NE together as an INFP are way bigger than just you. Get out there, get experience, really feel what it's like to have awful things happen and to grow, and to grow that extra layer of skin or forge some more armor or something to protect you through those experiences, through looting those experiences. And also, the last one is, who is counting on you? It's very important to just always think like, if I don't do this, who is going to struggle? If I do this, who am I going to be able to serve in a bigger, better way? And through doing that, it's going to come back, but through giving is how you get. It's a little bit of a ranty, rambly video, I understand, but I did want to talk about it because I do find it interesting. And thinking of the metaphors just brought so many ideas to mind. So keep going for it. Keep up the lifelong questing. Good luck, have fun. Peace.